in 2023, I believe we don't need to do some big revolutions. We need some time for technology adaptation. We need to we need people to start working with AI and adapting AI to their daily work, seeing that, oh, this is something that's not going to replace me if I start using it and working with that.
Hello and welcome back to Holistic Ambition. I am your host, Stephanie Thoma, founder of Holistic Ambition and author of Confident Introvert. We are here to talk with visionary leaders about creating a career that is sustainable to your well-being, meaningful, and a lot of fun in the process. Today, we have Alan Kashkash, CEO of Linguido. Linguido is the first AI-powered e-learning management system where teachers can automatically generate personalized content for language learning. He's also a machine learning engineer at Reckitt, the mother company of brands such as Durex, Finish, and Enfamil. He's experienced in NLP, the field of AI dedicated to helping computers communicate with us in a human language. Previously, he started several different businesses with his family's company, a hostel, e-commerce, and wholesale distribution, amongst others. All right, Alan, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. So we have a funny story, how we met in Lisbon and you were about to give a talk in Web3. So I have so many questions for you. I'm sure that listeners and people tuning in today, maybe they know a little bit about Web3, maybe they're immersed in it and they're like, wait, like what is the future of ambition as it pertains to Web3? So yeah, let's just kind of dive in. I'm curious if you could tell us a little bit about how you got on the Web3 Summit stage, what that was like, and a little bit about what you shared.
Absolutely. So that was Web Summit. Web Summit and Web3 was big part of Web Summit. But we were rather in the part of AI at the Web Summit. Web3 is a big field. Like I think recently with the FTX collapse, it lost some of its pace. It will certainly go back, but our main focus was AI for a very long time. And at Web Summit, we had a moment to share what in the last few years with the world. That was pretty exciting. I'm not gonna pretend that it was something normal. It was mind blowing. It was mind blowing because when you're a first time founder, first time startup founder, and you're just in your country. I'm from Poland. I was doing it in my own garage with my co-founders. You just build it, and till the very end, you're not sure how people are gonna react to it. You have certain assumptions, you have certain feedback from some people, but it's a very small sample. It's not like that you talk with the whole market and you're pretty sure that everyone's gonna use it, because you cannot be confident about it till the very end. So what Summit was something unexpected, as I was planning to go there by myself. I've never been there before, and for some reason, I thought that maybe they will accept us as a startup. So I applied as a startup, and all of a sudden, we had a call with them. They said they like us. They told us to come as one of the featured startups, and so we had a big chance. We had a big chance to finally get out of garage, to present ourselves on one of the biggest tech events in the world. I think TechCrunch Disrupt is maybe bigger. It is in San Francisco.
All right, so you'll be there.
But I think I will come to it in September. Yeah. But the Web Summit was like one of these two is probably the biggest. So that was something else.
Yeah,
And
I just wanted to kind of rewind the clock a little bit, because it's so amazing to have the opportunity to be recognized for where you have expertise in, and have the opportunity to, have the adrenaline rush and the impact of speaking with, I think I read there were 700,000 attendees of that event. So that is next level. Congratulations. And just like rewinding the clock a little bit, can you share about how you got into the AI space and how you identified this problem with teachers and language?
Absolutely. This is such a long story. But long story short, I read an article that blew my mind so much that I decided to dedicate my whole career to AI. That was when I started my freelancing business. I was teaching English in Poland, and I had some time at hand. I've been reading a lot, and I've been reading things from very smart people. And these smart people were saying that AI is probably going to be one of the biggest thing in our lifetime. It's so powerful that even Vladimir Putin said that who's gonna rule it will rule the world. Uh, so when you see that this is something so powerful, and I've been raised in a Catholic family. I always know that I have a pretty good moral compass. That like I wanna do good for the world. I wanna change the world to be a better place. But so I thought that if that's gonna be something that's gonna decide about the humanity in the future, I wanna be among these people with my moral compass to help make better decisions. So that was the moment when I realized I want to go in this direction. And with this idea that started Linguido, that was years later when I was doing research as part of my master thesis. I was researching if big neural networks, big language models, can be of use in online language learning. As I was very passionate about learning English and teaching English to others. And I found it inspiring that these language models can actually create educational content. So actually, like to be fair, my first attempt failed, but like that always happened. Like
Good
the
to
very
shout that out because yeah, let's say if someone listening in is on their first startup, it's not going too hot. Guess what? Maybe the third time's the charm. Maybe the 20th time. It's not always.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I once I found this sentence very inspiring. Uh, it's not that I failed 1,000 times. I just found thousand ways to not do certain things. I feel about it the same way.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, I had some interruption. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. Okay, so, when it comes to the future of AI, and if you could let people know in a nutshell, very briefly, where AI is right now at the time of this recording, we're just about to enter the year 2023, and then a sort of prediction of the future of AI. How would you describe that?
I think we are in a very exciting time right now. Like recently, by the end of November, Chat GPT was released. And ChatGPT was started sort of a revolution. Like to give some, I think like the most known statistic about it is that uh what was the like Facebook needed like about 2 months to get the first million users. Instagram needed like 25 days to get the first million users. Don't get me on these numbers. I may say something wrong, but like roughly. And ChatGPT needed just 5 days, 5 days to get 1 million users. So that proves that AI is making incredible steps forward. And I've been playing with all these new models, and I love it. All right. Let me give you context. ChatGPT is something that can even replace Google in the future in terms of search. So if you have any question, like let's say you feel bad, like you feel like mentally like sad, you can AI can be your therapist right now. Or if you want like if you're coding and you need some advice, like my brother is learning Flutter. Flutter is a framework for mobile development with ChatGPT as being his mentor. So this is incredible tool. And it's not only this one. We also have GPT-3, which we use at Linguido, where you can just automatically create content. We have Codex. We have model that generates code. We have one of the most beautiful things I've seen recently. We have DALI, and sorry, it's I think the most popular name is Stable Diffusion models. So these models, you just type the text, what you want to see, and this model will create the image of what you just typed. So if you say I want to see Batman, I want to see Batman as, like, I don't know, riding a bicycle to work, or like Batman working from 9 to 5, then AI is gonna generate a picture of Batman working 9 to 5. This is incredible. It lets you visualize things that you couldn't couldn't see before. And I started playing with that recently, so because it creates so many beautiful illustrations that even current UX UI design can be revolutionized by that. Like our landing page, I set myself a goal to replace the hero picture with design from AI. Generated a few good ones, but still haven't replaced the old one. But like going back to the future of AI, so this is where we are at right now. In 2023, I believe we don't need to do some big revolutions. We need some time for technology adaptation. We need to we need people to start working with AI and adapting AI to their daily work, seeing that, oh, this is something that's not going to replace me if I start using it and working with that. Because I think there is also a lot of fear about losing jobs. Like programmers are afraid, artists are afraid, and well, they have valid reasons for it because it can replace many stuff. But like, let me underline one thing: with it's not only that it will eliminate jobs, it's also that it will create a lot of new jobs. Because right now, if like I have to pay for content, let's say $5,000, but like with AI I can just pay $100, then I can, if I reduce cost by so much, then I can grow my business way more than I could before. And this way I can create new job positions, but that will deal with something else. Does that make sense?
Okay, so Alan, what I'm hearing is that it sounds to me, and let me know if this is what you're in alignment with, but there's this sort sense of being a catalyst for entrepreneurship, even where these certain jobs are being eliminated. Let's say when it comes to content or even graphic design. I was wondering if you see people utilizing this function to create their brand logo, for example, instead of hiring a designer. And yeah, how do you think this relates to helping foster entrepreneurship?
Oh yeah, I can absolutely design logo with that. That is a perfectly
Yeah,
valid use case.
very basic.
Uh, uh, yeah, and I absolutely agree with what you just said. I think everything is shifting towards we need more entrepreneurial people, and I feel like people are getting way more entrepreneurial, and I think that's a good thing because like right now, that's my opinion. Don't quote me on that. I think if you have an idea for yourself, you don't need university, you don't need college. If you just start pursuing your idea for yourself, if you want to be blogger, if you want to be influencer, if you want to be, if you feel about something that you want to make the world a better place by doing that. And if you're so passionate about it, if you're so passionate about some problem, about some solution, that I don't think you need any university. You can just if, go and start doing your business, start doing your stuff your way, and eventually you will succeed.
Yeah, so this kind of, I have a couple of follow-up questions. So as we begin to wrap up here, so how did you go about building out your team? So it sounds like it started with you sort of being inspired by an article. And sometimes all it takes is one article to really inspire, and then to pair that with an aptitude for the work. And it sounds like the rest is history. But now I understand that you do have team members that I met in person. So I'm curious about how you went about sourcing the right support for you and your mission.
That's a perfect question. Uh, well, I listen a lot to podcasts of other startup founders, and the 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 thing they say the most frequently is hire the best people. Period. And I didn't know that at the beginning. I had some luck. I had some. All right. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's not the easiest thing at the beginning, but it's getting easier as like with everything with the passage of time. You when you build a reputation for yourself, it's way easier. I think like right now when I work with so many people and they have a trust that despite very difficult projects, despite difficult problems, I was always eager to find a way that they have a certain trust toward my skills, and I've heard people saying that they just want to do some internship at Linguido because they want to work with me. This is very this is very hard for me, and I feel great about it. Uh, I think there is a beautiful video in the internet. I think someone on TED conferences showed that there's one crazy guy dancing on the mountain, and then he's just crazy because he's the one dancing. But then the other guy joins him, and they are both dancing. Then the third one joins, and then like suddenly all the people are joining, and everyone is dancing. So it's about the first person's gonna believe your vision, and I had some luck with that. I mean, I met my first co-founder at the incubator, and he was working on a different project. Uh, then he changed his mind and he joined me. And but after 6 months, everything I was doing was on the edge because he resigned. He was burned out. And after 12 months of working more than 12 hours a day, everything was at the edge. So I could lose everything. But fortunately enough, he introduced me to his friend who had the same technology stack and started working with me. And then I think when you constantly show that you're making progress, the other people are getting interested. And my second co-founder, I known him for years, and at a certain point we just like crossed the way that hey, we can actually do this together and take advantage of each other's skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the way.
So many great nuggets there, including being the first one to start dancing by yourself. And sometimes the people come, sometimes they trickle in, and then there's an explosion of dancers. So I love that metaphor. And, you did touch on burnout, and especially in sort of the old paradigm hustle culture, that is the name of the game, right? So,
Yeah.
as you continue to build out your team and build out different opportunities, not only for yourself, but for the reach and impact of this company, I'm curious about maybe different holistic practices that take into account, mind, body, spirit, that really sort of help you remain revitalized and present in your work.
Oh, oh, that's gonna be a hard one. Uh, yeah, because I don't have the healthiest lifestyle, and I recently listened to a very smart sentence from one of these very smart guys from Silicon Valley. He said that, oh yeah, he was from YC, Y Combinator. He said that, well, you can work harder, but it's not that you can just like squeeze more from life. It's just like you're taking a debt, so in the future you'll have to pay this debt. And that's what I realized that I'm doing now. Like I just had very intensive months, and I changed. I stopped being so open-minded. I stopped meeting new people. I just wanted to, like, like, just isolate myself, have some me time, and I think I'm paying part of this debt now. So like, I cannot tell you good advice. I can just tell you my mistake, and you can take some lessons out of that. The truth being told, well, I've been working very hard. I think everyone who wants to achieve something has to work very hard. And I'm by very hard, I mean, like, see, at some time I was working about 80 hours a week. Usually it's about 60. So with this amount of hard work, you 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 you've, you've like the biggest challenge, I think, is balancing energy. Balancing energy, and recently I one of the tricks I'm doing is I'm meditating more. I'm trying to use focus mode, trying not to answer any messages, like silent my phone to not get distracted. Because if you're solving some complicated problem, like quite often you have to do in a code, like if you're deep in something, like let's say it's like the fifth layer deep in some complicated algorithm, like you have so many things in head that if you get distracted by something, like someone tells you something, uh then you need to like 10 minutes to get back to where you were at.
Yeah.
So I think keeping focused, uh it's like one of the most important things here.
Yes, and Alan, thank you for that reflection where it's not always an exact science. It's not like 100% of the time you always feel like your life is in perfect balance. That's just not the reality of the situation. But it sounds like you're doing a good job at having a sense of awareness of, okay, maybe now I need to say no to more invitations. Maybe now I need more time to myself. Um, prioritizing exercise, prioritizing a sense of focus, because I think some people go in the opposite direction of, oh, like I don't want to burn out, so I'm just going to do nothing. And it's like, that's certainly not the way to achieve your goals. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's great that you kind of shed a light on the fact that there will be seasons in the entrepreneurial experience. And, we have like just a couple minutes left here. So, rapid fire, I have two more questions for you. And just first thing that comes to mind, one sentence or less, how do you define ambition?
Stephanie, could you repeat the last sentence? The connection got frozen.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Okay. So, um, how do you define ambition? Just in a sentence or less.
Ambition, I would say it's a thing that keeps you on your feet. It's like constantly feeding you with new challenges. Like you can be more, you can have more, do so you can do something great. So
Yes.
yeah,
Okay. So
feeding you
now,
with
again, this
challenges.
is rapid fire because we have a couple minutes. So thank you for bearing with me. So, what does holistic ambition mean to you? So we've kind of touched on it throughout with the seasons and the block scheduling. But if you were, let's say, a takeaway for people listening, how they can embody and experience more holistic ambition, what's just one thing that you would say?
Holistic ambition. Well, with one word, I would say holistic ambition is. Can I just keep using the word challenge? Because that's what comes to my mind. I think it's challenge. It's like what make us progress, and that's how I feel about ambition.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you, Alan Kashkash, of Linguido, for all of your time today. And I also want to thank you at home, in your car, wherever you are, for listening, and allow this to be your invitation to subscribe, to be aware of the next Holistic Ambition speaker series. And before we hop off, Alan, how can people stay connected with you? By
You can find me on LinkedIn. Alan Kashkash, just name, and it is written here, and or linguido.com. You can find what we're doing.
All right, linguido.com. All right, Alan, thank you again for your time, and thank you everyone for tuning in. Until next time.
Thank you very much. Have a good one, Stephanie.